YouTube, welcome back to another video. So guys, I'm still in Kansas City, Kansas at the QT. I did drop that load off yesterday, but I'm here because they were not giving me any loads that would make sense. You know, it's now Wednesday, and in order to salvage the week, I have to be running some good loads. So it's Wednesday, and it's the 15th of October, and it's now 9 in the morning. I haven't heard anything from my dispatcher from morning, so I don't know what's going on. Anyway, I had a lengthy discussion with him yesterday. He also made me speak to somebody who claims that they are the person in charge of dispatching, and there's always somebody different who says they are in charge. And this is what I said to that person. What's your name? He told me it's always some strange name, Billy, Bob, some stupid ass makeup name, as far as I'm concerned. Like they believe everybody's stupid. So I said, okay, there's so many persons in charge of dispatching. That's so strange. He began to give an explanation, stupid explanation. Anyway, I spoke to that person and I made it clear to him. So listen, what it cost me to run this truck, I'm not gonna. I'm getting a text from him, say from my dispatcher saying he has a load. If I'm interested, so give me a second, guys. Yeah, guys. So the dispatcher called me and was offering me a shitty load as usual, and I told him I couldn't run it. And I'm gonna tell you all about the load. He was offering me a load to pick up 150 miles away in Joplin, Missouri. That's next door here, 150 miles away, and I was supposed to bring that load up to Jessup, Pennsylvania. It's 1,167 loaded miles, right? Deadheading 150 miles, paying 2,400 to run 44,500 pounds. No man, no way, nah do that. Can't work. I tell him to give me $300 more to run that load, because I know about $160 could give me could buy enough petrol to get up them hills in West Virginia, them route, and plus the tolls there's always gonna be some kind of tolls, and I might have to find a way to go around the tolls. That's extra diesel. Anyway, um, I told him no, I'm not running that if I'm not getting $300 extra. Then now he offered me this load. It's picking up here in Kansas City, Kansas, going to Auburn, Alabama. 858 loaded miles. I don't say anything about a deadhead, but it's 15,300 pounds and it's $1,900. That's what, let me see. $2. Let me see what the rate is. 90 rate per mile. That's 1,900 divided by 858. That's $2.21 per mile. That's good. So I told him, yeah, book me that one. I'm here. I don't see him sending me the rate card. So I'm gonna see if he's gonna call me and tell me that load is cancelled. That is what the case has been. Whenever he tells me about a good load, it takes a while to send me the rate card, and then he come back. Oh, that load was cancelled, and then want to give me a shitty load. Not working. I'm learning, guys. I'm learning. Anyway, guys, listen. Every situation that you find yourself in, you can probably get good out of it. I've learned that over the years. I've been here on this earth now for 49 plus years. You know, I remember when I was younger, I used to get upset at the least things, and I used to say, oh, I'm bad luck and I'm this and I'm that. But I've learned that, one, if you can't change the situation yourself, it makes no sense to lament and cuss and fuss. You know, it's not all well cussing and fussing gonna work. I cuss and fuss, but not all the time. Sometimes I just realize that, yeah, I can't do nothing about it, so I just chill. So over the weekend when I had time, I decided to crunch some numbers, right? And these numbers that I calculated, and I found out now that my cost per mile to run this lease truck here at Super Ego, it's $1.66 per mile. That's my cost per mile here. And guys, if you want to see how I got to that number, just stay tuned. So I'm going to lock up the trailer now because we finished getting the paperwork. And he's a man me like put one lock on my thing, because I'm not able. So I have one lock on me, I always put on. Okay. Yep, ready to roll. Alright, YouTube, so we're rolling. And we are going to discuss the numbers now. We're going to talk about what it really costs to keep a Super Eagle lease tractor and trailer on the road here. I had some time over the weekend, so I crunched some numbers. But before we go into that, let me just say this. A lot of people might say Super Eagle is taking advantage of us, and they are, exploiting us, and that they are dishonest, and that they are this, and that they are that. Fine, your opinion. But I have never seen, I've never heard of Super Eagle going into any truck stop and forcibly taking any driver out of any kind of truck that they are in to put them in Super Eagle truck. No. People come to Super Eagle on their own volition. I am here because I chose to be here. Having some headaches, but I'm here because I chose to. I have my reasons, and if you watch other videos that I did, I explain my reasons. I will explain again. I'm here because I want to learn how to operate a tractor trailer as an owner operator, right? I want to learn the lanes. I want to learn where to go and where not to go. I want to learn how to fuel efficiently and all of these things. And I don't want to do that whilst paying for my own truck, which I'll be stuck with. I can walk away from this. When I go and get a truck at Lone Mountain or wherever, or however I get my own truck, there's no walking away. You're stuck with that truck until you either finish the payments or you find some way to sell that truck and to pay off for it. And sometimes that happens and you still owe money. So I'm here to learn. I'm at school. Other drivers come here because they don't have a choice. They are either sub drivers or they had accidents, and they don't have any. Nobody else want to employ them. So, one of the easiest way to get rich in this world is to identify a problem that humans have, find a solution to that problem and charge a fee. And in my eyes, that is what Super Eagle did. They saw the problem of sub drivers and drivers who had issues needing a job. They saw that there was a problem there and they found a solution, right? And they charge a fee. It's as simple as that. And I don't see Super Eagle no different from a company who, based on your credit score, if you have a low credit score, they will charge you a higher percent rate on whatever money they lend you or whatever you buy from them. You're going to pay more than a person who have a good credit score. So it's the same thing here at Super Eagle. You have a bad CDL, it's going to cost you. It's as simple as that. So, with that being said, let me just get into the numbers. Alright, so what I have learned is that you need to know, the first thing you need to know is you're taking a load, you need to know your rate per mile that you're running that load for. And the rate per mile is basically what the load is paying, what the shipper or the broker is paying you, or Super Ego is paying you to run that load for whatever amount of distance. So say for example, you're running a load 1,000 miles and it's paying $2,000. The rate per mile for that load is $2,000 divided by 1,000 miles that you need to go to deliver. And that will get you $2. So your rate per mile is $2. $2 per mile. You need to know that. Then you need to know, you also need to know how much fuel you need to buy in order to travel that distance. So let's say for example, your truck, the MPG for the unit that you're running is 10 miles per gallon. In order to know how much fuel you need to buy, you're going to take your MPGs and you divide the amount of miles that you're running by your MPGs. So if it's 10 miles per gallon that your truck runs to the basically, in simple terms, when you buy a gallon of diesel, how far you get on that gallon of diesel. So if it's 10 MPGs, that means when you buy a gallon of diesel, you can drive 10 miles. So you take the distance 1,000 miles divided by that 10 MPG and you get 100 gallons. So you need to get a minimum 100 gallons in order to deliver a load at 1,000 miles. And you would add probably 10% to that, because you have to take in consideration idling the truck, whether you want to keep cool at a shipper, or you're at a truck stop, or you're caught up in traffic. So you need, let's say, 110 gallons then. But let's just stick to simple terms, 100 gallons. Now, in order to know how much money that will cost you, you're going to take whatever the price is on the gas pump and the diesel pump and multiply that by the 100 gallon. So let's say the average, the national average on diesel now is $3.70. So therefore, 100 gallons would cost you $370. You have to also bear in mind that you will need DEF fuel. And I think so far, for this truck, I bought 5 gallons of DEF, and I think I've gotten near 750 miles. So let's say you would buy, alright, let's say you buy 10 gallons of DEF, and it's at $4 per gallon. That is about the national average for DEF. It means that you need an extra $40 to buy DEF. So it'd be $370 plus 40. So that's $410 in fuel costs to run that load. Now, that is just as basic as you can get. But in order to know your true cost, guys, you have to calculate your cost per mile. And this is what came to my attention over the weekend when I was sitting, and I decided I'm going to check what it has cost me to run this truck for the past 2 weeks. So it's a good thing Super Ego dispatchers were incompetent and I was parked over the weekend. I would normally have that time to do all of this. So I'm going to put up the spreadsheet and we're going to discuss it. And you will see how I came to the figure that I arrived at.
Okay, so it's Thursday morning and we're in West Memphis, Arkansas at a Petro. And it's 7:30 in the morning. So we have about half an hour before we are able to start work again, before we clock reset, you know. Still on 9.5 point to our 10-hour break. Alright, so you see the spreadsheet on the screen there. Alright, so we're going to look at the figures here. Alright, first in line 4. So we're talking about lines running from top to bottom. They are numbered, starting at 1, which is week 6 to 12. But basically what I did is just to do a an estimate based on what I think I could do comfortably in 6 days. And I use 6 days because you have to do a reset if you're running 10 hours a day or near there. You have to do a reset. So you can comfortably drive 500 miles per day if your truck can go 70 miles per hour in whatever zones that allow that. So 500 miles is per day is doable. So let's say you did 500 miles every day for 6 days. That's 3,000 miles in 6 days. And let's say your gross, your rate per mile, you're getting loads that's no less than $2 per mile. So your gross could be 6,000 for the week for that 6 days. So we're talking about 6,000 gross for 3,000 miles. Now the other figures that come after in line 6 going down to line 10 are real figures. These are actual numbers. These are actual figures that I have to contend with here at Super Eagle Holding. Now, these are weekly fixed costs, starting from 5, as I say, weekly, line 5, weekly fixed costs. And these are line 6, truck payment, $700, line 7, trailer payment, $225, line 8, cargo insurance, $295. And in line 9, you have escrow and registration payment. I put that at 500. But according to Super Eagle, this could increase based on your income, and I don't think that is right. That is not fair. That is not fair. I don't agree with that. That payment should be set. I don't see why you need to increase it if I make more money. It simply means that you don't want me to take home more money. So, I don't agree with that. I email them and ask them to put my escrow and registration payment at a set amount. They say they can't go under 250. So I'm left to see. Well, I haven't made much, so I guess it will remain at 250. And actually, the last check that I got $182 because of the hold up and so on that week. They didn't include escrow and registration. So they are bad and not so bad. So I could be in the negative if they had done that. Anyway, line 10 is Bobtail Insurance, ELD and admin. And I converted that to weekly because this is a monthly payment. So I converted it to weekly, and that would be $182.31 when converted to weekly. If you want to know what the total monthly is, I think the Bobtail Insurance is $590, ELD is $150, and the admin fee is $50 per month. So what I did, I multiplied that monthly total by 12, divided it by 52 because it's 52 weeks. That makes a year. So I got $182.31. So my weekly fixed cost to run this truck is $1,902.31. And if you're running 3,000 miles in 6 days during a week, you will be running at 0.63 cents per mile. That is what it covers your weekly payments. 63 cents per mile is what has to be calculated as a weekly fixed cost. Then now you have a variable cost. And mind you, weekly fixed cost is something that don't change. Mind, save and accept those extra payments. Probably I should have put them on the weekly variable costs. But anyway, I have them there. So the weekly variable costs would include your fuel, diesel and DEF, and the 25% that Super Eagle takes from your gross. So apart from all those payments there, they take 25% off what you gross. That is the gross. That is 25% of each load. So they send you a rate confirmation and they take 25% of that. So that varies based on what your weekly gross is. So for $6,000, that would be $1,500. That would be deducted. So that would be on your weekly variable cost calculation. Now your diesel fluctuates as well. It changes depending on how you fuel. And this number here, $1,585.71, is based on the weekly the national average of $3.70 per gallon for diesel. Um, Unfortunately, I didn't calculate def in this, but yeah, I will just continue with this. But you could just add probably, let's say, two for $60 to this figure to include def. So your my variable cost there now, I didn't put in for scales or tools or any kind of miscellaneous things like repairs or any other thing like that. So I just put those set variable cost. Well, variable costs are not set. So variable cost would be the fuel 1,585.71, and then the 25% super ego fee, which is 1,500. So that total would be $3,085.71, and that would give you $1.03 per mile. So all of these now, you would add them up. You would add up the 63 cents per mile and $1.03, and your weekly total cost would be $4,988.02. And if you divide that by the total amount of miles, which is 3,000, you will get $1.66. So that would be the cost per mile to run the Super Eco truck. So that is my cost per mile. That is what I calculate, and I believe this to be correct. So if I did run 3,000 miles at $2 a mile, I would be taking home $1,011.98. If I didn't do any scales, if I didn't pay any tolls and all of that. So that tells me that I cannot take a load under $2. So that is why I'm now standing firm when it comes to these rates. Nothing less than $2 per mile. It doesn't make sense. Now, although I calculate this based on $3.70 per gallon, which is the national average, I'm actually fueling a bit better than that. I'm fueling way under that because I don't just go to any truck stop and buy fuel. I've been using mostly what I call a 50-50 method. I try to fuel as late as possible in the day, 50 gallons, and then try fuel again in the mornings, 50 more gallons. So I try to use as much as those 50 gallons fuel solutions as much as possible, because Super Ego, the EFS card that they have, it allows you 50 gallons first time in the morning at a what they call a mom and pop then, right? Or one of the other gas stations like QT, Racetrack, which most times are cheaper. But then the other 200 gallons that you can get for the day, you have to get them at the Petro, the Loves, and all of them, bigger, more prominent truck stops, which are more expensive. So what I try to do my fuel solutions in such a way that I do less fueling at those bigger truck stops. It doesn't work all the while, but so far I've been doing great with that. So take for example, I'm here right now, and to get to this location, I had fuel at the QT where I was parking over the weekend. So I got 50 gallons there, and that is what got me here. I had to stop and buy 10 extra gallons. So I bought that at a Lowe's, which was a bit cheaper. I think that's $3.40 something compared to the other Lowe's in the area. So that 10 gallons got me here, and there's a QT down the road that is I think it's $3. So I am going to push out now and go get that 50 gallons there. And if I should see a Petro or a Lowe's or something down the road with a little better price, I'll probably top up a bit more there. But this additional 50 gallons should get me to my receiver, to my delivery point. So yeah, guys, that's what my figures look like over here. This is what I have to contend with, and it is challenging me, and that is what I like. You know, this is this whole super ego adventure is, you know, it's providing me with teachable moments. You know, moments where I can, you know, learn how to manage my own trucking business when time comes. So again, this is the reason why I'm here. I haven't been making any money since. Well, I got my $1,000 for recovery. I got 1,100 and something on my first check. Well, so I have that money that I'm using to survive out here, and yeah, I'm in school. You know, I'm in school. So you know, I'm learning. So that is what is most important to me, because I really don't want to end up at another at another company that has all the different stresses and strains and manipulations and controls, and I can't deal with it. I'm not comfortable in that environment. I'm not saying I'm not going to another, not going to be another. I'm not going to be a company driver conclusively, but it has to be a company that allows me to drive and you know, just tell me what to do and let me do it. I can't deal with the overbearing nature of these um, mega carriers and so on. So yeah, guys, we're gonna get ourselves ready now to head on down the road. So feel free to comment and, you know, let me know if I had something in this spreadsheet that's not right, or I need to include something. But it's basically it, guys. Basically it. So yeah, see you in the next video.